chat. So I like to come on Wednesday nights and just give you a chance to ask some questions or to just just put a little information out there about what's coming up in the next couple of days into Holy Week. So we are getting close to that, but we have one big feast before that. Actually, tonight it even begins with evening prayer one for Annunciation of the Lord. So I was kind of just reflecting. I was working on my homily and thinking a little bit about this year. It sort of lined up really nicely for us because we have the Feast of St. Joseph and the Year of St. Joseph. It gets highlighted a bit more than he often does. And then we have the Annunciation of the Lord, which is our feast day for our parish, which is always a big deal. And then next week, it's going to be Holy Week into Easter, the Triduum, the Passion, the Death, and the Resurrection of Christ. So you have Joseph, Mary, and Jesus kind of working together really quite nicely in this time, which is really, really kind of beautiful. And just again in my own mind, kind of thinking about, okay, how would we talk about that? And I think Mary's, her yes and her engagement. But that's kind of what I wanted to talk a bit about, was not so much that, but I was going to talk about, Hooray sound. I've been having a hard time with my sound, so I'm assuming it sounds good. So thank you, Jeff, for letting me got a little sound check there. So what are we on about? Just what's going to happen here in the next couple of days, and there's a couple of things that are not always clear, or maybe not obvious, or didn't make it into the notes. So the best thing to do is just write this down: news and notes. If you go to our website, one of those three buttons you see on the bottom, I think it's the one on the far right, it's called News and Notes. And in it is all the kind of details that I'm going to talk about. So if you're not sure, if you missed something, or if you didn't quite sound right to you, then just please go there and have a look at that. So all begins tomorrow, essentially. Well, it began maybe last week with St. Joseph, but again, the next round of this begins tomorrow at 9 o'clock Mass in the morning. Now, normally when we have Feast of the Annunciation, we wouldn't have a Mass in the morning. We have one Mass in the evening all together. But because of the restrictions, we wanted to give as many possibilities for people to go as possible. So we had Mass in the morning at 9, and then we'll have Mass again in the evening at 7. And that's to talk about, again, Mary's yes and her engagement. This is the word that I was using, not so much engagement to be married, but engagement in the process. God asks, she responds, she's very much engaged. You got to come and show up when you want to hear a bit more on that. Now, next thing after that really is Saturday. Saturday is we're going to have confessions. This may not have made it out in the, people have been asking, about confessions. We've been pretty steady with that on Thursday. So Thursday tomorrow, yes, we'll have those in the afternoon from 3 to 4. But Saturday from 10 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. So we'll have a couple priests in the morning and a couple priests in the afternoon. Probably have the Blessed Sacrament exposed. So it's going to be all day Saturday, pretty Saturday, for 4 hours. We'll be hearing confession. So if you'd like to go to confession, if you haven't been able to go to, it's been kind of awkward, I know, with the restrictions and things. And then from there, we go right into Palm Sunday. Right? Palm Sunday is as we have in the past. That starts Saturday night, and then we have, again, our usual 4 Masses on Sunday as well. So that's Palm Sunday. And we just kind of keep it going. Like, there's not going to be a Chrism Mass this year, though there is a Chrism Mass, but it's going to be very restricted. So actually, I don't think any of us are going in the household. So we'll be here. And the next thing, of course, Holy Thursday night. There's only one Mass on Holy Thursday, so that one, it does start that way. There's going to be a little time after Holy Thursday night for adoration. So some people can stay afterwards if they're going to church, and we're going to want you to register for that so we know where you're going to be. And then another group can come in maybe after that. So we're going up to about 11 o'clock at night. And then after that, we'll put things away. But there it is. So it's going to be that's a Holy Thursday night. And then Good Friday, now we have 3 services on Good Friday. Remember, it's not a Mass. It's again, the cross and the veneration of the cross. That's all going to be a bit different this year. But 10 o'clock in the morning, we're going to have a children's stations. So we'll have something simple for kids and for parents, of course. But we're just going to try that. I've been wanting to do that for a while, actually. But this year, I think we kind of pulled the trigger and said, okay, let's do something for children, something a little bit more basic for them. And then at 2 and at 4 in the afternoon. We're kind of weird here. We don't do anything at 3, but there's the reasons for that. We have the numbers. We need to do this right. So 2 and 4, we'll have Good Friday service. And then it goes to the Vigil, which is Saturday. And I think that's sold out now. Again, please check. Unfortunately, for almost all these Masses, they're pretty full. So if you don't register online. If you're not given a space, then chances are we won't be able to get you in. We've had a few people cancel, which is good. Sometimes there's extra room, but not this weekend. You just can't come, assuming that for the whole Triduum that we can get you in. It just may not work that way. So please do go online and register. But for the Triduum, I'm kind of excited about that because we're going to have it indoors. We talked about going outside, but I think indoors is the answer because we can do that. And we're receiving 4 people into the church. So 4 of our kind of longtime parishioners in some ways. They're all spouses of, I think that's how it all kind of worked out more or less. But they've been people who have been part of our community for quite a while, but now have made that decision. Really last year, they were ready pretty much, but because of course the lockdowns and we weren't able to do it. Last year, we've delayed for a year, but 4 people being received, which is always very, very positive. Easter Sunday, then, it's again our routine of 4 masses that we've been doing. And people are able to come as much as you can on Sunday. And then remember too, just like at Christmas time, this leads into the octave. And so there's going to be all that next week after Easter is still all part of Easter Sunday. So for whatever reason you just weren't able to get tickets, or you weren't able to get in, or you're just really struggling with the numbers and things, please do think about coming maybe during the week, because during this all week long there'll be 9 o'clock in the morning Easter Sunday Mass, which is I know it's during the octave, but that's how it works. So it's kind of interesting. So all in all, it's pretty good. I mean, the weather certainly helps. The warmer weather and the snow melting, and it does feel much more like spring. And you kind of get that feeling like, okay, we're getting someplace. And I have to say though, it's such a reminder of last year. I didn't really realize what it was. I was almost getting a bit anxious, and it was like the sense that. This is what we were last year. We couldn't do anything, and it was so frustrating. Like you just couldn't open. We were locked down. But that's not this year. This year we got something going here, and I think even again the good news. We were talking about this on the weekend, that even if for whatever reason we go to gray, hopefully not, we can still have 15% in the church, which is 75 people, which is pretty much where we are. So that's just generally about what a full mass feels like. So I think we're in pretty good shape. We're going to get through this. What happens after that? Well, we'll have to see. It's just really hard to know, but I think it's almost all pretty good news. So God bless you all. I don't know if there's any more questions or anybody wants to pose a question, but I think, again, as I say, just a huge thank you to all the people that have been organizing these things. And we've got so many ministries, and again, it's not as simple as it used to be. We have ushers and cleaners, and of course there's the musicians and the readers and organizing people in the background that you don't necessarily maybe be aware of, but there's been so many good people doing a lot of really good stuff, and it's going to happen. So it's all good news. So I do say thank you, and God bless you, and I hope you'll be able to make it into at least part, if not all, of the Triduum, but at least to celebrate with us. And then I think, again, as I've been saying all along, I really know, though, that it could get a little bit worse. I really sort of see the back end of this, and I'm hoping that we will be, by this time next year, God willing, much more open, and even going into the fall, into Christmas, that things get back to some kind of normal where we can truly open up the church and celebrate Christ as we should. So may the good Lord watch over, guide, and protect you. May the saints and angels indeed minister in your heart. May our Blessed Mother wrap you around the peace, especially as we move into the solemnity of the Annunciation. May Almighty God bless you and keep you this night. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Take care.